What's going on, boxing fans? Julian Williams here at the distance. I'm going to talk about this Manny Pacquiao Antonio Margarito matchup. Honestly, in my opinion, I think it's all bullshit. I haven't touched on this matchup since, I haven't really touched on Manny Pacquiao or anything about his next fight since my Mayweather Pacquiao development hell videos, which are back in July, when I touched on that matchup. And now I'm just gonna talk about Margarito Pacquiao matchup. I really don't care for. That's the reason I haven't talked about it, but everybody else is talking about it, and everybody else is giving their 2 cents on it. So I'm just gonna give my 2 cents on it, because just a lot of people are asking me about this matchup, and I'm just gonna give my opinion. I'm not making a prediction. I'm just gonna give my thoughts and opinions regarding the situation. Sergio Martinez was a former WBC light middleweight champion. He was promoted to middleweight champion after Vern Forrest was injured in 2009. I believe early 2009 when Vern Forrest was injured. I believe he was the interim champion. He was promoted to the regular champion. So, anyways, Sergio Martinez has held that championship since, I want to say February of 2009. He was the full champion. So Sergio Martinez has had the belt. He defeated Kelly Pavlik, became the middleweight champion, but he had 2 WBC belts. And he had to determine which one to keep. Now, me personally, I think that if you're able to defend at both weight classes, then you should be able to keep the belt if you can still defend the title at 2 weight classes, which is a bit harder these days. And on top of that, Martinez at the time had 2 championships, championships from other organizations. So you'll never know how many times he would have to defend, because he would have to defend for the WBC and the WBO, and he doesn't even have that WBO belt momentarily. But he was he chose to defend the middleweight championship. Became the lineal champion because he defeated the lineal champion. So WBC stripped him of the belt. It's just like the situation with Anthony Mundine with the IBO computerized belts, when he had, I believe, the middleweight championship and was going to fight for the IBO light middleweight championship, and he couldn't make the weight. But he still was stripped of the belt because he was going to fight for another IBO championship. But other than that, now we have Antonio Margarito versus Manny Pacquiao. I don't know where the fight's going to be held. I haven't even really looked into things about this matchup. But to be quite honest, like I said, I just don't care for this matchup. And not only do I not care, but just everything surrounding this matchup is just pure utter bullshit. That's really all it is. Manny Pacquiao has 7 world titles. And 7 world titles in boxing today is not much, really. Because we have so many different weight classes. And we have a lot of belts floating around. And so it's doable now. It's doable for a fighter, to go up 7 weight classes and win championships or titles in this case than it was about, I'd say, 60, 70 years ago. Fighters can do that now. But fighters couldn't do that 70 years ago. Sugar Ray Robinson didn't have, all these weight classes, because the most he could have won was maybe 4 if he wanted to make the jump to heavyweight. And he started as like a welterweight. Started at 147. And but now if he fought in this time, he can go from 147, 154, 160, 168, 175, 200, and then 200 plus. That's 7 world championships. So there's a difference between now and then. And doing that back like 70 years ago is more significant than now. But anyway, and on top of that, with this fight, how do you go from how is Manny Pacquiao ranked to fight for a vacant championship? Who's he fought at 154 pounds? And on the other hand, Antonio Margarito hasn't fought a 154-pound fight. Well, before Roberto Garcia, before he fought Roberto Garcia, he hadn't fought a 154-pound fight since 2004 when he took on Daniel Santos, and that fight was ended like in the 10th round on a cut. But and even though this matchup against Garcia was for an international WBC crown, it doesn't put him up in the rankings because he was a welterweight champion. He was the welterweight champion for a few years, since from like 2002 all the way to 2007. He was a welterweight champion. Fought primarily at welterweight. Ventured up one time to 154, lost, went back down, continued fighting, won championships, and stayed at welterweight. Fought Shane Mosley, got his ass kicked, and missed about 16 months. Came back, fought Roberto Garcia, a fighter who really nobody even knows unless you're a hardcore boxer fan. A guy who's probably fought in shacks and and barnyards primarily in his career. And does that really warrant Antonio Margarito to be fighting for a vacant title shot? Manny Pacquiao, on the other hand, defeated the man who was a titleist at 154 pounds, Miguel Cotto. Defeated him at a different weight class. Does that warrant Manny Pacquiao for a vacant WBC light middleweight championship? See, why doesn't the WBC just give deserving fighters, this shot at a championship? Or hell, even young fighters. Because 154 pounds, you have a lot of very talented fighters at this weight. You have a lot of talented young fighters at this weight class that can hold on to that championship and build a name for themselves with this championship. But instead, WBC sees money in Manny Pacquiao. And I believe they know for a fact that Manny Pacquiao is going to win this matchup. They know he's going to beat Antonio Margarito. And after he beats Antonio Margarito, then they're going to get this big sanctioning fee back. They're going to make a percentage of what Manny Pacquiao makes. That's what they see in this matchup. They see a big sanctioning fee. And they're going to get it with Manny Pacquiao matchup. Whether it's in Cowboy Stadium, whether it's in Las Vegas, whether it's in Monterrey, Mexico, Manny Pacquiao is going to draw. And Manny Pacquiao is going to bring money. So that's really what the WBC sees in this matchup. They see money. That's all they see. And and other than that, making up little championships like the silver title, that's all bullshit and everything. And with the matchup happening on November the 13th, even having a fucking 24/7 for this matchup doesn't even warrant a 24/7. I'm like, if you didn't have a 24/7 for Pacquiao Clottey, you might as well not have one for this matchup. And really, even though the matchup is going to be down the street, if it's in Cowboy Stadium, it's down the street from where I live. It's down the street from where I live. Will I go see the matchup? Hell no. Will I watch it on pay-per-view? Hell no. Will I even go to the movie theater to go see it? No. If somebody buys the pay-per-view, I might go see it. But to be honest, I wouldn't really care to watch this matchup. I'd rather skinny dip in a septic tank in a slaughterhouse, to be quite honest. But anyway, it's just a real stupid shit fight. If you're gonna have this matchup, just have it at welterweight. Have it at welterweight, and put Pacquiao's little welterweight, WBO welterweight championship on the line in this matchup. That's the best route to go, and stop fooling people, making them a champion in another weight class. And some people are going as far as to call him an icon. And honestly, I wouldn't call Manny Pacquiao an icon. An icon to me is a fighter that's willing to clean out their division and fight any and everybody. And me personally, I would be satisfied if Pacquiao fought Andre Berto. I would be satisfied if he was fighting other fighters in the division to clean it out, to open up a matchup with Floyd Mayweather Jr. to make it evident that he wants to fight him, or make it evident that, hey, I rule this division. That's what Pacquiao needs to do, to be quite honest, instead of fighting recycled garbage like Antonio Margarito. And we all know after a while garbage stinks. But anyway, in the phrase that from one of my good comrades at work, garbage in, garbage out. And that's what it is with this fight. It's garbage. So anyway, guys, that was the distance. Thanks for watching. Peace.